Disneyland Nighttime Entertainment returns this week. Tarzan's Treehouse is about to undergo a major retheme, and you have never seen so many walls in New Orleans Square, plus so much more. It is time to drop in to Disneyland. So great to be back with you once again. Hey everybody, Wade for the Kingdom Report, doing another Disneyland update, covering all the latest changes happening at the happiest place on earth, looking after the downtown Disney District, all 3 resort hotels, and of course, the 2 theme parks. But let's start with the best possible news this week, and that is after a long pandemic restrictive process of not being able to, we finally get to say hello up close to our favorite Disney characters once again. We get to hug on, we get to love on, and yes, we even get to get autographs from our favorite Disney icons. I have to tell you folks, I haven't seen this amount of joy and emotion in the parks since Disneyland reopened last year. These traditional character meet and greets mean so much to people, kids and kids at heart. And in addition to that, it's also worth noting that even though traditional character meet and greets are back, princesses you see here aren't even meeting in the Royal Hall. It looks like indoor meet and greets are still being kept at bay for the time being, and there are a handful of characters still being kept at a distance for the sake of those quick selfies. They said it is a phased reopening process and not everything would be available all at once. Hey, in addition to that, up here in Town Square, we see the newsstand has come back from its brief refurbishment. Looking good over there, and with the characters returning to traditional meet and greets, they've been removed from Main Street train station, and now you get to walk right up the center steps once again for an epic view down Main Street, USA. And speaking of Main Street USA, here we go, down on over to the Silhouette Studio, which still remains closed at this time. We were hoping that with the ease in pandemic restrictions, that perhaps the Silhouette Studio would be coming back to us here very shortly, and maybe we are still likely to see that very soon. However, at this time, it does remain shuttered. I hear adventure is out there, and that is why we are heading right into the heart of Adventureland. Hey, guess what? Tarzan's Treehouse, which we've been chronicling for you since last September when it went under a brief refurbishment and has blown through every possible deadline and still remains under wraps. Guess what? It is, in fact, no longer going to be Tarzan's Treehouse. Disneyland has confirmed it will be returning to us as something completely different. Not the Tarzan theme at all. What is it? They haven't confirmed that. However, it makes a little bit more sense as to why this baby is still under wraps. We believe fully that there are infrastructure issues here, even with the announcement of a retheme. And we also believe that under this brown tarp here on the left, that portion of the tree will be taken down, as well as the bridge, and the right-hand side will remain for whatever is coming next. Something else we also wanted to mention, Indiana Jones Adventure. This ride seems to be down an awful lot lately, 3 to 5 times a day on most of our visits recently. If you are someone that has experienced multiple downtimes with Indiana Jones Adventure, we would love to hear from you, because no doubt this impacts not only people who have purchased it through Lightning Lane, but also thousands of people that want to jump on this ride in the middle of the day and cannot. Hey, we move on over to New Orleans Square, where it is Wall City times 10. That's right, so many walls as the continued leveling of the land happens. You see here Pirates of the Caribbean, an attraction that is going through its own refurbishment in addition to the land itself. Pirates of the Caribbean experiencing a complete rerouting of the queue space to make sure that those lines get tucked away, but they are also leveling huge portions of this land to try and open up the walkways for the sake of all of the crush of humanity coming in this May for Fantasmic. Well, it's going to be for them to make it a little bit easier to get around. You see here the entrance to Pirates of the Caribbean, completely dug up, pipes everywhere. They have a lot of work still left to go. In addition to that, all this repaving that's been done here on the walkways in and around Pirates, and then of course leading out over to, say, the French Market and Cafe Orleans. Speaking of, Cafe Orleans still has its epic view block, so if you plan on dining there anytime soon, just realize the rivers of America won't be seen. However, the French Market, well, the walls have come down from being right up against the tables like they were, and now there's at least a little bit of space so that you can see the river at a distance. One thing that I really do like about this area now is that they have condensed the planters. They did manage to keep a lot of the trees, which is awesome, and they've really opened up this area to the point where this is going to be very helpful when the huge hordes come in for Fantasmic. Elsewhere in New Orleans Square, the Blue Bayou restaurant is going under the knife for a refurbishment without a return date at this point, so keep your eye on Disneyland.com for more information. And out on the rivers of America, all of the work for the staging, rigging, platform, lighting, everything under the water has now been completed, and that is fantastic to see. Hey, over in Fantasyland, did you hear that It's a Small World now has a nightly projection show themed to Encanto? So if you are a fan of the film like so many people are, head on over here every night to check out the Encanto projection show. Elsewhere in Fantasyland, a little bit of progress happening over here at the Fantasyland Theater as all of the stage work continues for preparations on the Lion King show coming to us in early summer. And you saw correct, 0 reservation availability when it comes to the theme parks. Remember, in order to get into the parks, not only must you have a theme park ticket, but you also need a reservation for the day you want to visit. If you don't have a reservation, you can't get in. Well, it has been packed for the last month, continues to be that way. Every time we visit, we see 0 reservations are available. In addition to that, you see some of the wait times here, some on the more extreme side, some are relatively moderate. For the most part, reservations seem to have kept a lot of the excessive wait times at bay. And when it comes to mobile ordering and packed restaurants during the day, as a reminder, a little bit of a food hack for you, the Plaza Inn restaurant on Main Street and over in Frontierland, Rancho del Zocalo, both restaurants happen to be off of the mobile ordering grid, so you can just walk in without a mobile order reservation, and you're likely to get served that much quicker. Hey, over in Toontown, can't see much in terms of changes. However, Mice Chat is reporting that a lot of things have already been dug up, and Chip 'n Dale's Treehouse is gone, according to some overhead aerial footage that they were able to capture. Moving on into Tomorrowland now, we take another look at what seems to be the Tarzan's Treehouse of Tomorrowland, and that is our friends over at the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. This also has blown through several different deadlines, and we wait for its return. They haven't even begun testing it yet. We still wait for water to even come back into this space. Hopefully by early summer, we will see it.
Shares on had 1,000 tales. Master, you in luck, cause up your sleeve, you got a brand match never fails. You got some power in your corner, that's red ammunition in your camp. You got so much potential, who and how, and all you gotta do is rub that left hand off me. Sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down, you ain't never had a friend like me. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your melody. Go on and whisper what it is you want, you ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir, we pride ourselves on service. You're the boss, the king, the shine. Say what you wish, it's yours. True dish, about a little more vodka than
Who doesn't love themselves a little Fat Cat Swingers? Yeah, the Fat Cat Swingers are in fact here for the Food and Wine Festival, and welcome to Disney California Adventure, everybody. A beautiful spring day here on Buena Vista Street as we enter the park, and a little bit of touch-up work happening here on the sidewalk, just out in front of the fruit cart and alongside the Kingswell shop. And also, something worth noting is how great it is to see the citizens of Buena Vista Street back out and roaming among guests instead of being at a distance. Something we also noticed was that not only in Disneyland, where Princess is kept sort of outside and not indoors, but the character close-up with Princess Anna and Queen Elsa inside the animation building, well, they too have not returned indoors yet. Again, a phased reopening process, they said. And outside in Hollywoodland, in front of the animation building, you see, yes, more sidewalk work, because that is just the theme happening right now. Sidewalk work everywhere. We turn the corner, we look at the Hollywood backlot section, and look, more sidewalk work. What do you know? It's everywhere you go. There seems to be just a box in the way, a big wall. One thing that has come out from behind walls recently, stage 12 here in the backlot. Now, everything's been touched up and painted. You can't go in the building, though, and they've also moved Chef Goofy on over here since the walls have gone up in his former spot. Something else we wanted to make note of is the Hyperion Theater still remains offline at this time, a major show complex that has not had the Frozen Live at the Hyperion return to it. We understand that it might be an entirely different show whenever it does return. However, as of right now, this just remains themed to the PIM Test Kitchen over in Marvel's Avengers campus because they needed auxiliary seating. That's right, they needed extra seating, so they just took over all of that extra space where they used to stage all the thousands of people going into the theater. And now Web Slingers, the Spider-Man ride, seems to be averaging about 60 minutes each day. It remains a ride that has a pretty manageable wait time for the sake of being brand new. Over in Route 66 in Cars Land, we motor on through, where we wanted to share with you that back now from its brief refurbishment, Tow Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. If you love to swing and toss with your favorite little tractor, well, you are in luck because you have the opportunity to do it once again. Elsewhere in Cars Land, Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, they also have returned from a brief refurbishment. Every car looking shiny and the entire track looking lovely. You got a Rollick, you got your spot right here. And the California Adventure Food and Wine Festival is coming to a close as we speak. By every measure, another successful festival, and by next year, they probably are going to need to expand it once again due to all of the demand. Hey, out at Pixar Pier, the best news, and that is that World of Color returns this week. They had a little bit of maintenance mode going on out on the water. However, all of the rigging, all of the structure and rehab facilities that they had out on the water, those are all gone, and now the show is ready to rock and roll. Speaking of World of Color, starting on April the 20th, guests can also book a seat at the World of Color dessert party, which includes prime waterfront viewing of the nighttime show, a sweet and savory selection of desserts, appetizers, and a beverage. Also, the Disneyland Resort has announced the World of Color dining package, which takes place at the Wine Country Trattoria, Carthay Circle Restaurant, or the buffet at Storytellers Cafe. You just need to ask for your voucher that will reserve your spot for World of Color in the preferred viewing area. Hey, around the corner we go, and Silly Symphony Swings seems to be offline for several days now, and it's not scheduled for a refurbishment. The cast member out front just said it wasn't operating today and didn't give any more information than that. Out at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa we go, where they continue their secretive work on creating a brand new entrance for hotel guests to go into the backside of California Adventure. You see here lots of work still going on to try and create this new portal that will take guests from sort of the driveway entry area of the Grand Californian Hotel on into California Adventure itself, right alongside the Seaside Souvenir Shop. This wall right back here, yeah, between the souvenir shop and Corn Dog Castle, that is where supposedly the new entrance will be dumping people. So that will be the new portal leading folks back out to Disneyland Drive whenever it decides to open up. Paradise Pier Hotel, not much going on here. Restaurants, all dining still offline inside, still charging premium rates, and no pool service at this hotel at this point. We move on over to the Disneyland Hotel, where most amenities happen to be online. And in addition to that, the new Disney Vacation Club Tower continues to rise up every single time we come and visit here. It's very exciting to see this. And you also get an idea, now that it's risen up so high, just how close all of this tower is going to be to the monorail pool, the monorail slide pool. Yeah, this comes right up to the pool front, so it's going to be a very close tower poolside, but we look forward to seeing what the Vacation Club Tower has in store for all of us when that baby opens up here in the next few years. We head on over to downtown Disney now, where clearing and construction continue in the western end of downtown Disney as they keep on moving things out for the sake of building things up eventually. Yep, this whole western end is being reimagined as something brand new. We saw the AMC Theater go, the Starbucks go, the Earl of Sandwich go. So many great places have left for the sake of this redevelopment into a retro future design, as Disney has shown us here with a new green space and a couple of new options coming online. So very much looking forward to seeing all of that come to downtown Disney in the near future. And out on the opposite side of the resort, Harbor Boulevard entrance here where the Disneyland marquee is, a crosswalk goes right into this portal. Well, across the street, you see the Ballards project has wrapped up. We've been chronicling that for you. Lots of construction and rerouting of guests on this side. Now a gigantic space of sidewalk, which is exactly what this area needed for perhaps the busiest crosswalk on the West Coast. And Captain Kidd's Buffet directly behind the Ballards in that crosswalk, well, it's no more because they are getting ready to open up a brand new Mexican restaurant in here. I can't say anybody is sad to see Captain Kidd's go, but it's great to see that this prime location is now going to be Calica Mama's, yeah, a cantina, and they are hiring right now. So if you're interested in getting a job across the street from Disneyland at a brand new restaurant, here's your opportunity, especially one that will be right inside of everybody coming and going every single day. Hey, we want to thank you for being a part of the broadcast. Make sure that you leave a comment for us and let us know what your favorite part of the update was. And if you haven't subscribed, we invite you to do so. Hit that thumbs up button, it means an awful lot. And that notification bell means you get updated every time we have an update for you. And for the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another installment of the Disneyland Update.
come to this happy place, welcome.